Hear these words from the prophet Isaiah concerning God's gift of hope. The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who lived in a land of deep darkness, on them light has shined. For a child has been born for us, a son given to us. Authority rests upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. God sent the gift of hope into the world through the prophets. Milford First is called to be a voice, the gift of hope for our world. Our Stephen Ministry is one of the ways that we continue to be that voice of hope, the gift of hope to our community. I am sitting here with Kathie Cooper and Fred Thomas, two of the four leaders of our Stephen Ministry group. Kathy, could you tell me what Stephen Ministry is?
Sure. Stephen Ministries is a program we've had here at Milford First for over 20 years. Stephen Ministers go through about 50 hours of training in order to become equipped to assist people through the challenges of life. We're not psychologists, we're not social workers, we're more like brothers and sisters that just are there to listen confidentially to people as they go through difficulties such as losing a job, losing a loved one, illness, loneliness, any number of things. Those are just some of the things that we've helped people with over the years. And it's also important to know that we're here for people within our congregation and also people in the community.
The entire community.
Yeah.
That's good. And confidentiality is a real important part of it.
Absolutely.
Well, can either of you tell me how you have personally seen Stephen Ministry bring hope into the lives of others?
Absolutely. I'll tell you about one of my care receivers. I'll call him Joe, since we do protect confidentiality.
Right.
But Joe had been betrayed by his father, and Joe was a Christian, and he knew the importance of forgiveness, but he was having trouble forgiving. So he came to the senior pastor, and they talked about it a bit and decided that it might help if he were to talk to a Stephen minister. So the first time that Joe and I met, it was up at the Ward's Corner Frisch's over a big boy platter. Joe asked me, "Fred, how does this work?" And I said, "Well, you talk and I listen." And that pretty much summarizes what we do as Stephen ministers. We do a lot more listening than we do talking. So we talked about, Joe got out a lot of anger and a lot of, I'll just say, bitterness. But then we got around to the topic of forgiveness. And it was interesting that I came to realize about the same time that Joe did, that if we wait until we feel like forgiving, it's never going to happen. I had a few people that I had trouble forgiving as well. And so when he realized that it was an effort of will, that seemed to open things up. And so he went to his father, he offered forgiveness. His father accepted that, and the relationship was restored in a place where I think both of them have given up hope that there was going to be a relationship. It'll never be the same in all likelihood, but at least there is a relationship. I find hope, it's a tremendous source of hope to me that Christ will use each other. He will use fellow parishioners, fellow Christians, to bring about healing if we will just let him do the healing and step out of the way. It's a tremendous source of hope. So in Stephen Ministry, Christ provides the cure. We just provide the care.
It's very good. Well, ask yourselves, how do you take hope, the gift of God's hope,